All right.
Hi all, this is Dr. J and Professor Spike coming to you live from Long Island, New York, where the Dow Jones Industrial Average played havoc upon my nerves.
We're long-faced because we're from Long Island.
Not a pleasant day for those
No.
longs along the market. And since I never go short, wasn't a particularly good day for me.
Yeah, I've been hearing a lot of chatter, all these people talking about generating income from selling options. It's like, pretty risky stuff I've been hearing about. Selling buying covered calls.
Not really. If you write the option on a covered call, worst you can do is have to sell your shares.
Yeah.
So you can get income.
No, it's writing those puts that I think is a little.
Mark wants to know, did anyone sell BCRX? I think everyone on the show did.
I sold it on Friday.
Yeah.
At a discount, and then I bought it back more expensive.
Well, what I did is I said exactly like with the plan.
Right.
I sold as much as I could over 15, then as much as I could over 14. I sold about half my position. I bought back about 10%. So about 60% of what I had to begin with. Pretty much exactly what we said we would do. Arjun wheeled and dealed. He sold, wrote options. I don't know what the hell he did.
He did a whole.
We'll hop on later to tell.
He did a whole Rube Goldberg. Oh, Cat sold all and then bought some back. That was smart.
Yeah, that's the way to go. Cat is an astute trader.
Indeed.
Cat says, I'm not going to be caught with all my cash in this precarious market.
Did Cat give us Advent?
What?
Did Cat give us Advent a couple of weeks ago?
ADN?
Yeah, ADN.
I think so.
Yeah, just wondering if whenever somebody in the audience gives us something, I like to know when they dump it, just in case they have
Did you dump your ADN? My guess.
Yeah, so we could just ask, right?
You want to know what my guess is? Yes.
Not always. LOL. Yeah, we were asking specifically about that one. I'm still in a little bit. We'll see what happens.
All right.
But I like it. I like it when I asked Jiggly last week what he did with another one that he gave us. Since this is look, they ask us what we're doing, so we could ask them what they're doing, right?
Oh, of course. They don't have to answer. We do.
That's it, right? They don't have a show to put on.
Yeah, my pledge is to tell the truth, the whole truth, and so help me God. So I tell the truth.
Promise.
Promise. Scouts on.
Scouts. Well, I was on the Cub Scout, so we only used to.
I don't talk about numbers, but I tell
Right.
I give the essence of what I did.
Yeah, no, I'm still holding 2 Cats. So Cat's holding on that one, and she's in the green. Yeah, I think I am too.
That's good. I like green. It hasn't been good lately.
Yes, green is good.
Green is good.
And Man bought back. Yeah, KNSA actually looked like it was going to jump, but it's the same thing, right? It got an approval and it tanked. Well, we'll see. Maybe it'll come back. Everybody on StackTwits is convinced it's going back and breaking 30.
Market does look shaky, but stubborn Dr. J. I bought at the close Apple. I bought at the close Amazon.
Did you get good prices?
At the close Google. I bought at the close Walmart. All within minutes.
Walmart. Good on you.
I bought at the close BCRX.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that jumped a little bit. Like during the afternoon, it was at its low.
I also added at the close DMTK. I added to DKNG.
Oh yeah, where are they at now? They took a little bit.
We're going to take a look. In fact, you know what? I'm going to start the show by looking at the write-up I did on DMTK.
Okay. Sounds like a plan.
I did a little blurb on Friday.
Right, stock of the week. Yeah, it's good that we keep that thing going.
Yeah.
Just keep it fresh. See what we're
Yeah,
thinking.
I mean, I'm doing like a fraction of what they would do on essay.
Right. Well, we're a fraction of that staff.
You know. Also, people don't want to read 5 pages to get to the bottom line.
Correct.
I don't think so. Do you?
I do not think so.
Yeah. So the average essay reader reads a portion of the article, maybe the highlights, maybe the beginning and the end, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And when it comes down to every little nitty-gritty detail, it's really not necessary to know it. So DermTech, when I wrote it on Friday, the weekly close was 57.6.
Right.
I think it was as high as 64 earlier.
Mm.
So on Monday and Tuesday, it made a big move, but it gave it back with the rest of the market. I don't know where it closed, maybe around 60. We'll take a look later when we look at the chart.
Yeah, we'll put it on the list. I should actually start creating a list. I know we have your list from stock.
The market cap is really not that high at 1.66 billion for a company that's going to dominate the dermatological testing market. So this is going to be a big player.
Uh-huh.
My 1 to 2 year target reflects my optimism. For a stock that's selling at 60, to have a 1 year target of double, and then double again, probably more like higher than that. My true target is probably 250 in 2 years. And my 3 to 5 year target is somewhere between 250 and probably higher than 600. But I have to put down reasonable numbers. Even though in my heart, I feel it could be higher. Because it's an incredibly large market. They're not going to stop with melanoma testing.
Right.
They're going to go on for squamous cell and what's the other ones? So what's the common one? Forgot, basal cell.
Right, basal cell.
And whatever other cases.
Well, yeah. I mean, look, if that's their specialty, they should make sure they take care of all the biggies associated with that specialty.
Yeah, and all the small ones too that we don't know the names for.
Well, we're mathematicians.
We know what
it is.
The product that's been approved for almost a year now is since third quarter of 2020, so it's all going on a year, is a pigmented lesion assay. It's a circular patch that they call it a smart patch. I don't know how long the patient leaves it on. I don't know the mechanics of it, but it's basically, I wrote, it's to melanoma detection what Exact Sciences Cologuard is to colon cancer detection.
Okay, so it's to get around the surgery.
Yes,
but, it's only got limited guarantees.
And it's based on RNA DNA.
Right.
So this patch somehow gets you a sample of both DNA and RNA from the patient's lesion, and then it's sent, I guess, FedEx. I kind of improvised on that. FedEx back to DermTech's lab. I suppose it's FedEx. They have the proper cause for pharmaceuticals.
Right. Well, they've been demonstrating that with these volatile vaccines.
Yeah, so I'm sure
they have the refrigerated trucks where needed.
Right. So the company views its mission, I like this, to bring precision to the practice of dermatology through non-invasive genomic assessment of the skin. That sounds beautiful. Non-invasive genomic assessment. Who could ask for better science fiction than that?
Well, you're not going to get any argument.
Their recent highlights, this is going back 9 months, is approval by the FDA in Q3 of 2020. Medicare reimbursement, I believe it's $750 per test. The market for new cases is growing by about 1.5% a year. quarter-over-quarter growth should be parabolic as seniors and the rest of the population get vaccinated against COVID, so they can brave the appointment with the dermatologist. And even during COVID, get a load of this, Spike. During COVID, they allowed the patient to put it on himself and send it back. From the
really?
Yeah.
Well, and that's simple to use then.
Yeah, it's simple to use. The patient could do it themselves. And the chart of DermTech has been nothing but sensational. I know because I'm in it since 15.
Right.
And it's made me very happy as it ran to 85. I sold it a little bit at 85, but not enough. And I added as it dropped. So I have more than what I had at 85. And I'm very happy with this investment. I think I'm going to make a lot of money with it.
Yeah, well, you've been rattling the teacups about it for a long time.
As the BCRX group talk about de-risk, I think this has got minimum risk.
Okay.
The chart of DermTech has been amazing, really amazing. We'll look at it.
Yeah, we'll look at it. We have a couple of requests also that I'm.
And as I said before, the company is working on similar tests for other skin cancers. I don't know how far along they are. I really ought to call them up.
Oh, yeah, knowing that you have a show, they'll listen to you.
Bottom line, the price of the company stock should continue to rise as analysts continue to bump up their targets. It seems like they catch up. They're never ahead of it. You know what I mean? So when it becomes 70, they raise their target to 80. They don't raise their target to 80 when it's 40, though. You know what I mean?
Yes. No, they've been pretty good about that.
Now, they're
a rarity in these.
They should become profitable very quickly, in my estimation. But dilution is always a possibility down the road. And some dermatologists, this is my thinking, some dermatologists may be reluctant to use it as opposed to biopsy because they make more money with the biopsy.
Well, of course.
All that.
But like I said, it comes with the proviso, like even that commercial for Cologuard. Well, there's an increased number of false negatives and false positives. So if you have only moderate risk, then you could do this. But if you have high risk, don't bother. Go for the real thing.
Yeah, I think that the dermatologists will say if it really looks like it is melanoma, they're going to do the biopsy.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Like you said, maybe it's just a situation of being able to brace yourself for what the test tells you before you actually go to the doctor.
I think it's also to cut down on the number of biopsies.
Well, right. I mean, if that's the problem with these false negatives, but it is what it is.
I think right now, 1/3 of the biopsies come back positive.
Right. Well, 1/3 is actually. I would have thought a lot lower than that. 1/3 for 1/3, I would actually go for it.
I think that's the number, but with the test, it'll be like more like 60% coming back positive.
Right. So you got a better. So you have a better efficacy of the test, but you could also miss a lot more. That's the problem.
It misses very little, from what I understand. A hostile takeover or competition could limit the upside potential. And of course, my disclaimer, which I'm not going to read because people know how to read that.
All right, you put that on the write-up.
Go ahead, read it. Everybody read it. We're done.
Okay, yeah, it's actually not ready. The picture's still on the two of us, which is fine. You read very well what was on there.
Cat is copycatting.
Yeah.
Shigley.
Well, yeah, she's talking to Shigley, but Shigley hasn't been on in a bit of a while.
Yeah.
We lost Shigley for the time being.
He'll be back.
He'll be back. Man says DermTech has skin accumulated fatigue test coming. There you go.
Interesting.
Yeah, I mean, what a lot of people do now is worse. So this is good. They have this medicine.
Maybe as a result, the next generation will really be more careful about the sun. I mean, we have big holes in our ozone layer.
Well, when we all move underground, like THX 1138 or Logan's Run,
right?
Then we won't have to worry about the sun or of global warming as much.
There's a reason why melanoma is growing by 1.5% a year. It's scary, and the reason is the ozone layer. I would think.
Sure. Huh?
We've done so much damage, and it's not like it used to be when we could walk the beaches and not worry about it.
Right, and so there's that balance between having enough vitamin D naturally, and protecting ourselves from.
I spent every summer of my young life in Rockaway, roaming the beaches, like a beachcomber.
I still have my tan. I don't know if you can tell. I still have my tan. In the summer, from last summer.
You and I both love the beach.
Yeah. So I mean, this is already March. So
yeah, I mean, people don't realize it, but Brooklyn is only a stone's throw away from the shore.
Yeah, indeed.
No matter where you live in Brooklyn.
Exactly.
You hop on the BMT or whatever it's called.
Yeah, after a while, I just started riding my bike over to Manhattan Beach on a regular basis.
And you're in Brighton, or you're in Manhattan Beach, or you're in
Coney Island.
Island.
Coney Island was closer to my house.
Yeah, it's really quite easy.
And it's a fun boardwalk. It's just nice to be there.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's thousands upon thousands of people.
Where I grew up as a kid in Brownsville, it took over an hour to get to the beach, but we did it. Like 3 trains, it was annoying.
Yeah, exactly. I had to take a bus to another bus to get to Manhattan Beach.
Yeah, it was annoying.
Yeah, when I was able to ride the bike there, it was a lot better.
Can we chat?
Indeed, because people get bored with us when we start chatting like this.
I can't imagine.
Yeah, I got yours. Plus, I got a list of a lot of requests from our gang.
We're going to start with DM.
Matter of fact, I don't know if you noticed that Heath is here.
Hi, Heath. How you doing?
Bright and early, as a matter of fact.
My cardiologist said it's okay for me to continue eating my ice cream and chocolate chip cookie dessert.
Is that a hint?
So Heath, you're on. You're on with my banana split.
Oh, AMD. Okay, not a problem, John.
Take a look at AEM.
Yeah, we've been interested in that one too.
Sure.
We haven't looked at that one in a while.
Yeah, I'll try to do as many as we can.
Yeah,
do you mind if I open the window? I mean, it is hot as hell.
It is, right? That's why I had the fan going before, but it was
you keep talking. I don't care what you talk about.
Yeah, right. Well, I'll talk about the old days from Brighton Beach and how in Bensonhurst we used to walk along the Belt Parkway walkway, and I guess that was called Gravesend Bay at the time. But none of you really wants to hear this. When I talk more about my complaints about the market, and there are many, my biggest complaint, obviously, is BCRX, right? And the fact that, as usual, as we've come to expect, when we get good news and the FDA likes something, that's the day that all the stocks go down.
It's always buy the rumor, sell the news. Buy the rumor.
Yeah, but it's sell the day before the news because it's too late when we do it on the news.
No, pre-market.
Pre-market. Again, the bourgeoisie who get to trade pre-market. Start talking to us peons about that stuff.
So how do we get down to South Carolina to take advantage of Heath's offer?
You know something? Yeah, it's worth the ride. They have beaches. They have beaches better than ours.
Well, he's on the beach. I think he's on one of the beaches.
Okay. Well,
is that Myrtle Beach or one of them?
Myrtle?
I don't know which one. Whichever one is in South Carolina.
Well, there's a bunch of them there. There's also there's Carolina Beach, obviously. There's I guess Heath will definitely school us about it.
Well, he's told me a million times. I just
It's
forget.
Charleston. Charleston's right on the beach too, right?
Charleston is before Myrtle, right?
Yeah, and that's it's good. It's certainly a big waterway. And then there's Hilton Head. Yes, Hilton
Okay,
Head.
Hilton Head. That's where I play tennis all day long.
Exactly. And anything that starts with the word Hilton, gotta figures high class.
Yeah.
What is WHR?
I don't know. We're gonna take a look at
it. We haven't done an industrial like that in a while. So
I want to do the fangs. Fangs. I'm growing.
yeah, no, that's on your list. I think we should start. Since we're here, you got to take Franco's remark off, and then maybe we should start the day with the one that's most popular amongst our audience, CTXR.
CTXR. You want to start with?
That's what people seem to be interested in.
I'm pretty heavily in that, so why not?
Yeah, I bailed out of that one, even though it's been doing well.
Chart looks okay.
Yeah.
So why not? $2 stock. It's a Fosco special. And more importantly, it has the minnow lock.
Oh, right. See, I forgot about that. I don't know why I got out of it. It's probably because I was so
which has a real little pitch. Up on a down day, even if it is 2 pennies. Not a bad thing to be up on a down day, right?
Certainly not.
I mean, I got killed on everything, 5%, 6%, 8%, 10%.
This is still in its holding pattern.
The one that Arjun recommended, I got creamed 40.
Freak?
80%. I lost 80%.
See, that's the one time in life I was grateful to be slow, because I didn't get into freak yet. I was waiting.
I was grateful not to overindulge.
Yeah, it went down 70%.
Yeah, I know. I didn't get killed because I didn't buy mine.
I would like to hear his remarks about that one if he has any, because he didn't really use anything.
Same as if the CEO. We're shocked. We thought it was for sure would be approved. It would be stellar results. Phase 1, phase 2 is usually okay. Usually. It's a phase 1-2 study.
When we get him on, we'll ask him his opinion. His other one's not doing too bad. Albo's right.
Actually, I think it's a strong buy now at $10.
Which one? The other one, Freak.
Yeah, $9, whatever the hell it is.
Yeah, no, it's certainly at a discount from what it was. It was at 50, now it's around it's around 10.
I accumulated on the all day. I've been buying it.
Did you? Okay. Yeah, no, I was too busy buying with the little money I had left. I was too busy buying more BCRX.
I definitely think it was worth averaging down. I didn't have that much to begin with.
Right.
So now I have a decent sized position at the price I wanted. And even though they failed on the 4-dose regimen of their drug, the 1-dose regimen works just fine. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And this is a problem everybody has, including me. As you get older, your hearing diminishes, along with a lot of other things.
Yeah, and your ability to pay attention.
No, that I still have. I still have the ability to pay attention. I just don't, but I do have to do
it. Just because you can do something doesn't mean you do something.
Absolutely.
Well, on this one, your line is still holding after a number of days, which is nice.
This one, I absolutely like it. It's in a long bull pattern. No reason not to own it. It's holding above the trend line. Looks very nice to me. I think it's going to make another run at the highs. But, you want one step at a time. You wanted to take out this high from a week ago at 215. And then you wanted to take out this high at 227. And then bingo. Then you go for the big run. So a couple of highs have to fall. Right now it's it's showing its strength in a down market, so I like it. I like the fundamentals. I like the technicals. I'm in it. I haven't sold it. I add occasionally. I add a little bit to it.
No reason to sell it at this point.
No, I haven't never sold it. I might have sold it in one account only to buy it back in another account. Just for
yes, I sold a little up in there, but
I did it. I bought and sold for bookkeeping reasons.
Oh, smart. Smart
Tax
man.
reasons or whatever the heck the reasons were. I don't even remember, but I did something like that. What other stock do you want to look at that when not getting killed in? I don't want to look at stocks we're getting.
You want to look? You might as well look at your DermTech then.
Yeah, I'm actually making money, a lot of money on that one.
I mean, we could end the show on the more standard stuff like your fangs.
Yeah, the fangs are all good.
But we'll do that towards the end so we could end on a high note.
Even today, on a down candle, it looked strong. It made another new high on its way back to 85.
And the 9-day bounced up, which is nice.
It tried to do a negative cross and didn't.
Good news there.
It looks so strong to me. I don't want to get over exuberant, but it looks tremendous.
Mm.
Every time I get over exuberant, I wind up disappointed.
As long as it's not irrational exuberance.
No, I mean, at this point, there's no need for me to add too much. I have a nice average, and
yeah, no, this is good.
If I add,
I'm sure a discount off the highs, a decent discount off the highs.
If I add, I'm adding because I have no place else to go with my money, and I feel good about this one.
Right, Atlantic City is open, but a lot of the tables are filled.
Yeah, well,
they put those glass things in there, so you get like 3 or 4 people per table.
When were you there? You were there last week, right?
Yes, I was.
You had a good time?
I had a good time, but we had to wait for a table.
Really?
Yeah.
Which hotel?
We were at the Borgata.
And you had to wait for a table?
Well, because we like a game called Let It Ride, and there's only about about 10 seats. And so you have to wait for somebody to get up.
Gotcha. How was the craps table? I'm sure you didn't have to wait for that.
No, you didn't have to wait for that. And a lot of the people were cheering, so I assumed that they were having a good time.
That's my favorite game for just pure fun.
Mm. When you're not playing the stock market.
Yeah, if I'm in the casino, I love craps, and of course, poker is my bread and butter, but I love craps. I love this one, DermTech. I really do. And the other, my top pick of the year. Let's do that one.
Okay. Yeah, that was on the list. I actually bailed out of this one, close to 70, and I was hoping we'll go back to 60 so I can buy some more.
Every time a big event like the Super Bowl ends, I say, there's going to be a lull in DraftKings. It's going to go down, or it's not going to go up, or something. But it just
everybody's bracket is busted. We know that.
Yeah, but they're still betting the individual games on the sports book.
Yeah, and then baseball is going to start like right on the heels of it.
And also
there might be a little opportunity.
Championship games, the Final Four, they bet like crazy.
Yeah.
So DraftKings has got to.
Except that there's going to be like 4 strangers in there.
Do you mean the 1 seeds are all gone? Only one of them is gone.
Only Illinois is gone.
Yeah,
my Texas is gone. I mean, there was just. I'm just saying in terms of the usual players.
Iowa State and Ohio State both gone, right?
Right, Iowa's gone. That was another one of my top 4, my Final Four. My whole Final Four is gone.
And all the 3s are gone, I think.
So yeah. Well, I mean, like you said, people might still gamble games anyway.
They're going to gamble.
Yeah.
So they're going to do tremendous on this tournament for the next couple of weeks, and culminating with the Final Four. And then after that, baseball starts, and after baseball, you got your big money maker, football.
Yeah, football, right.
And it goes on and on like that. This is a money maker.
It's got an overall upward trend. So yeah, I agree with you. Right? Eventually, this will hit 100.
it's a money-making machine. It's like, it's like when you put $1 in the slot machine, what is it worth? 50 cents?
Well, if you do a scratch off, definitely that's what happens.
It's similar at the casino.
It's worth about 80 cents after you put it in.
And the DraftKings is only getting 10% VIG.
Okay, that's still a lot. That's a moneymaker.
Tremendous moneymaker. And it's the most recognizable name, of all of them. Everybody knows DraftKings. So I'm very happy about my investment. I bought it at 15 when it was a SPAC. Thanks to, you know who? Thanks to Jake Lee.
Ah, that's right.
Our man Jake said, you got to buy DraftKings at 15. I said, I will. And something, he got out of it at 25, and I never.
I was saying, I'm 90% sure he's not even in it anymore.
And I never got out of it.
Yeah, no, I like I said, I bailed around 70.
I just keep adding.
And then I'm going to wait. I was going to wait. We'll see what happens after the final four.
I said I always tell the truth. I sold a little at 70, bought it back at 60. So I have the same.
But that was way back when, when it actually hit 60.
I actually bought more Monday morning. I bought more.
I was around 68 around then, right?
I don't remember, but I know I bought more. Maybe right around where it is now. Something. Well, we could look. This is Tuesday,
right.
Monday morning. I don't know. It was as low as right around where it is now. If I bought it for low.
So that thing's not Arjun, is it?
No.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure.
I don't think so. Let me look. It is Arjun.
Yeah, I had a feeling.
Hey, Arjun.
Hey,
what's up?
We're looking at only stocks that make us feel good on a down day.
I like that. I need that.
Yeah, so that's why we're doing Freak next.
This is our
Oh, God.
Only stocks that make us feel good. So I picked DraftKings, which makes me feel great. I picked DermTech to read. Not only did I chart it, but I read everything I wrote off my website on DermTech, which I'm absolutely thrilled about. I really think it's going to 100. It's a conviction pick.
Nice.
That?
I like it.
So DermTech and DraftKings both are the conviction picks. I made them my best bets for the year. I make them my best bet for this week, although it's been a horrible week. And I still think there's plenty of room to grow on both of them.
I'm gonna go ahead and skip the write up on Freak if that's okay.
No, that's okay. Considering how.
Well, let me ask, we'll just ask the quick question. Would you go in now?
Oh no.
Okay.
I'm buying like crazy now. I disagree.
You're buying like
crazy.
Please tell me why. I would love to know why.
The single dose is working. You don't need 4 dose. When the single dose works. That report was not as bad as it looks. I think there's enough for phase 2 on the single dose.
Did you watch the call though?
No.
They were acting weird. I mean, it for me, like I totally get if you believe just on the PR, it's fine, but they were just dodging questions, acting really strange. The whole thing just smelled funny to me, and I didn't bet enough to care, so I just took it all out. But that's fine.
No, I didn't either, but now I have a little bit of a position. I figure if it goes the wrong way, I'm out.
I guess it has very little downside from here, so I guess that's fair.
To me, it looked like a possible play to see if it goes to phase 2. If it goes to phase 2, it's worth every bit of the money.
Okay, I'm gonna wait. I'm definitely gonna wait. But I didn't mean to come on and talk about bad.
No. We were teasing you. We were actually staying with that theme of all the good-looking stuff more
The
than the bad.
good-looking stocks, DraftKings, DermTech. How about Innovis is another one. Really
Yeah, we're looking at Novus. That's a very good one. And then after that, maybe NWBO.
all right. And any that people want to see.
Yeah. No, I got the list. So yeah, if you do either a Novus or NWBO, that would work.
All right, whatever. NWBO is one that hasn't gone down. I think it's holding. It's holding prior to data, whereas CVM did go down.
It did. It did. It went below the floor that we were talking about.
CVO, I have a lot more than I had of Freak. So,
Wow. You've been on CVM for the last.
Freak reminded me of how it stings when these things flop.
Right.
Yeah.
That's your lesson right there.
I ate some humble pie. I ate some humble pie this morning.
That makes me think I might do some hedging on CVM. Might do
Really?
hedging.
Yeah. I know it's. I hear that, but I mean, again on the twits, they like what Gerd had to say in terms of responding to all the negative comments.
Yeah.
Garrett.
Okay, yeah.
So this is still in a bit of an upswing.
For a penny stock, we have a beautiful upward chart. Even though it's down big today, big deal. Down, what is it, 3.5 pennies?
It was 2%. That's nothing. That's nothing, right?
Yeah, it looks big, but it's not. It's really nothing. And it held the 9. It's all about the data. I mean, if you bought it back at $1.25 and you want to sell it now, you got a nice gain.
Right.
That's what I did on my recent purchase. I bought it around $1.25. If I want to sell it now, who could blame me?
Right. I bought it around $1.50 and sold it at about $1.50. So
I've been in and out of this so many times already for profits prior to data. I might just decide it's not worth waiting. Take a small gain. But then again, I don't have that much invested. So
and you're still even despite all the red candles, you're still in an upward swing.
Absolutely. This is a beautiful looking chart, regardless of expecting data or not. So, I mean, if you're in it for the data, you don't care about the chart.
Right.
And if you're not in it for the data, then the chart is saying, if you're in it lower, you can be greedy, and if you got an upward channel, hold out for more. Unless you're worried about data coming and being negative.
So when's that unlock? About another 3 or 4 more months?
When do they do for data? I don't know.
I mean, after CVM, it's hard to ask that question with a straight face.
They're both about the same time frame, NWBO and CVM, which is infinity, I think.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, both on the infinity time frame.
Are we doing Novus next?
Sure. So we did CTXR, we did DermTech,
we did DraftKings, we did NWBO.
NWBO we did.
Yep.
And
I'll give besides the ones you listed on the advert.
The Novus might be the best of the ADPD drugs.
Right.
And the chart.
We'll get another bad day today.
Yeah, but it held the 9.
Held the 9.
And it's really all trading inside of the candle from Monday. See that big green candle on Monday? That defines the week. The rest of the week didn't happen.
Okay. Fair enough.
So it's all trading off of Monday's candle. Next Monday we'll tell the story, whether we go up or down from here. The market is a little shaky. Of course, if every one of these rut stocks go down, this one will too. But short of the market collapsing, I think this one has right future. I think phase 2 results will be really dynamite and so on. So I'm looking forward to big things out of Innovis. You can also look forward to big things out of the other AD plays.
And when is the Innovis readout?
I might as well, I'm not sure.
Okay.
I might as well do Sava.
Yeah, definitely.
Sava already had its phase 2, right?
Yeah, it's consolidating nicely.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with this chart either. It's still making newer, higher lows. I'd like to see an update on Monday, of course. It has a similar looking chart to Innovis, except it went below the green candle for Monday. Slightly below, I think.
Oh, you mean the engulf? Yeah, just below.
Nothing serious, but slightly below, I believe. So it's almost like this week didn't happen, right? Wiped out the week.
Almost.
Yeah, because the open on Monday is similar to the close.
Yeah, it's actually probably. I think the one you.
What am I talking about? This is not.
That's Wednesday of last week.
All day, I'm thinking it's Friday today. I'm really messed up.
Right. No, it's okay.
So what day is this?
Does it really matter? It's a 5-day cycle in the market.
All right. So wait a second.
Today's Tuesday. Today's Tuesday.
So we're looking at Wednesday's candle. Wednesday.
Thursday, right?
In both cases, we're looking at Wednesday's candle, effectively wiping out the next 4 days. Wiped out Wednesday's candle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's as if the last 5 days didn't happen. That's all.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, I put a logical 5 days, Monday through Friday. But clearly it's not Friday. It's
there's I guess the market does work on a 5-day work week.
Yeah, well, whatever.
Because of the people in it.
Yeah. It has a series of higher lows, but I'm not deterred by that because it also has a series. It also started a new run up on the 5th of March when it made a low of $35. So I'm undeterred by the upper portion of the picture, as it's now subsumed by the action since the 5th of March, which is very positive.
Right.
And look at the support we're at. Clear-cut support.
Right.
Beautiful support. I should have. I think this one. I'm going to buy some more after the close today, because I bought a lot at the close. I didn't have time to buy this one, but I think I add some Sava.
Well, even if you wait till tomorrow, you might even get a little bit of a sale.
I might. The market is shaky, but you never know. One day to the next has been a yo-yo with this market. I'm not scared to buy into this yo-yo, though. Sometimes when it yo-yos around, it yo-yos me right out of the market like it did.
Yeah. We're so recently off that.
Remember when I went to 40% cash?
Yeah.
I'm back to 12% cash.
Yeah, well.
And I want to go back to 10% cash. So I've been trying to spend my money wisely. I've been adding Google, Amazon, Apple, and now Sava.
Nice.
Why not? Why not a little Sava?
Right.
I added a little DMK.
We have a request for BNTC.
What do you want, BNTC?
Yes. What is that?
That's Pfizer's partner.
Oh, Biotech. That was the one that you gave us in the summer.
I made a lot of money on this one when I bought it. What the heck?
Oh, it's a different one then. This is
what's the
not Biotech. Well, they said. Oh yeah, right. This is what Man said. He said, "Want to feel good? If you want to feel good chart, then look at BNTC.
Okay.
They should feel good chart." Well, you'd feel good if you had a couple dollars in it.
Except it's off after hours by $1.66, so that's the end of the good feeling.
Well, actually,
It had a huge green.
What was the high? What was the high today?
not a $50 high. That sounds weird.
Oh no, 10.50.
Huge candle today. Big gap up.
Yeah, I don't even know.
Look at the volume. The volume was huge.
This is what Freak was supposed to do. I want my money back.
Yeah, exactly right.
Want to replay?
Tiny market cap, tight float, and news.
I think you should claim a foul on this one.
Yeah, get a mully.
Try to replay or something.
Yeah.
Send it to New York to look at the film.
I gotta do that. I gotta do that with Workhorse.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
Okay.
it's off after the close to 766, which is still way higher than it was yesterday.
Have you charted IBB today? I'm interested about what you think about bios for the next couple weeks.
You know what's interesting? This high here is now support at $5.
Oh yeah. Huh.
So it is.
And it hit the $5, didn't it? At some point today?
Yeah, 520. Yeah, so it looks like.
I think this is now support, and you can feel pretty good about it if you own this one, even though it's selling off after hours. I don't know what the news was. Doesn't much matter to me, as I'm probably not going to go into it.
All right, I think that was just a side one. I'm going to go through the list in its order. So the next one would be CTIC.
Here's one that's down a lot today, but I just love it. I like the MF drug. I like the rolling NDA. I like the priority review. I like everything about it except the price action.
Except for today's price action, especially.
Yeah, especially today's price action.
Yeah.
So the thing to do is, if I love it this much, I have to show my conviction. Either I buy more or I get rid of it. Which should it be, guys? Buy more or get rid of it?
Buy more.
I have a lot of it.
I have a taste in this one, and I'm not dumping yet. But I tend to get very stubborn.
So do I at times. Well, it's clearly above the key low here.
Yeah.
The key low I rate it 293.
Well, we're so close to that. You might as well nibble.
Yeah.
Yeah, usually the nibble sign, if there's a slight turn up.
If it goes back down above 293, it'll probably take out the low back here at 263. So it's probably not a bad swing trade, like you said. Just get rid of it like if it hits 289, get rid of it.
Right. Just give yourself a range.
Yeah, why not? Looks like a good swing trade being so close to support. I like it for that reason. Even if I didn't like the fundamentals, I like it. Just for a swing trade. You buy it now, you sell it, your stop loss is 289. Let's be a sport, 287, 10 cents. And you take profit is near the top of this resistance area. Let's say 340. So it's a tremendous play, right? The dime downside, 40 cents upside. Tremendous. It's 4-to-1 shot, right?
Yep. We believe in brownie.
You tend to lose a lot more of these than you win, but all you got to do is win enough of them.
A couple of them, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, what
we
else?
also do Mankind, since we're sort of on a similar subject.
All right.
Because Mankind's got some similarities here.
Okay.
Yeah. See, look how close those two look.
Yeah,
Which
it's
is what's-
close. It's similarities because similarity is that it's close to bottom. And if it takes out that bottom, you sell it, and you got a swing opportunity.
Do we think this is getting back to 5 at some point, or above 5 at some point?
I think so.
So do I. That's why I'm still in it. But I'm taking a lot of pain while I'm waiting.
It is annoying. 310. Yeah, this is another good swing trade, definitely. Even if you play it up to this area here at about 402.
So between $3 and $4.
That's a huge swing, right?
25% between $3 and $4.
You're looking for $4 or $3.90, let's say, and you get out at 292, something
Yeah,
like
it's 2-1.
that. Yeah, looks good. The swing. What else?
All right, KNSA.
Kansas?
K. I don't know. I don't even know. Kaniska. This is a. I forget what these. This is another blood.
There's a lot of red.
And
this one had its PDUFA. It got
it had its
approved.
PDUFA, and things were looking good. And that 2 days ago, that very long red candle was the response to PDUFA.
But this is classic. I mean, sell the PDUFA news.
Sell the day before the news. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. We've seen this.
If you forced me to buy it with a gun to my head, I'd buy it.
Yeah, you would, right?
If you
Yeah,
had
absolutely.
a gun to my head.
I mean, the 9 day is still above the 50,
No, I'm not buying this.
but it does look like it's rocketing down.
No.
I mean, you want to wait until what's that low from that green candle on the left?
Yeah, I got in right after. I got in at like 20 and a half.
So you might want to wait till
1685.
You might want to wait till then.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of downward momentum first.
It's a very sick puppy. There's a lot of sick puppies in the market.
Yeah, but why would PDUFA be such bad news?
I think it's.
What else did I have down on my list?
Well, I mean, like I said, if we're going to be talking about this, we should go to BCRX because it's the same kind of behavior.
Oh, yeah. Hey, we played that well. Good job, guys.
Yeah, we did. We planned it perfect.
I was doing some creative, wonky stuff that I've never even done with a stock on this
Yeah,
one.
no, I had to pull out my textbook watching.
I had to add today because of this hitting the 50 and bouncing.
Yeah, I added. I'm just selling puts every day on this.
Yeah, but you have to buy the stock if it gets below your stock.
I want the stock though.
Well, what price are you selling? The 10s?
No, I'm selling like 13s, 14s.
So you're going to be buying stock.
He goes out of the money. You do in the money.
No, but you're writing the put.
Yeah, I'm writing the put, but you get the premium was just so high that the break even is like near $10 or lower, and I don't see this going below 10. I just don't see it personally.
Right. I would rather write the 10s. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
that's the difference.
If I'm doing this, I'd rather write the 10s.
But then you won't get the stock. You won't get the
premium if you're doing it in the money.
There's some. I mean, it's like
you get more premium.
The only way let's say you get $1 for the 10s, and you buy just to keep it simple, 10 of them. Just write 10 of them. And then it's got to go to $9 for you to lose money below 9.
But then you don't get the stock. I mean, I guess the difference here is
you get the stock. You got to buy it at 10.
No, but if it has to be below for you to buy it.
Correct. But otherwise, you get the money. What's wrong with that?
There's nothing wrong with that, but I just want the stock.
He wants the money and the stock.
Yeah, exactly.
Not the money on the stock.
It's just, I mean,
The lady and the lion.
both strategies are fine. The way I do it is I sell puts with the intention of buying the stock. So I put them a little bit above where I think the stock's going to go.
Okay, it's another interesting approach.
It is.
I don't make it much, but lots of times I get free money.
Now, are we looking at the chart? This is not very different from the chart we just saw. But with the other one, despite the good news, you guys are looking to bail. This one, everybody's doubling down.
It's got support at the 50. It didn't take out the low from the 5th.
Okay,
it's pretty good.
I mean, granted, I doubled down on this also.
Yeah, I like this one.
I'm trying to figure out why we would back up this one and not back up KNSA.
I mean, for me, it's purely just conviction. I just know this one way better.
Well, KNSA is just in free fall. This is not exactly free fall.
Fair enough.
Yeah, but I mean, it's not great what happened. I was not expecting this.
I was.
Yeah, I mean, again, we've been seeing this pattern so often.
I've seen the movie before.
Yeah, you're wiser than I. I mean, I still capitalized on it, but I just didn't I thought when I sold pre-market it was going to maybe keep going up after, but I was naive.
Yeah, I was just looking to get the highest price I could get.
Well, that was smart. I mean, yeah, some people, I mean, like I think Jake was sort of would have been happy just to bail at 15. From
What's the next one on my
we
list?
we should do our Arjun specials, VBIV, Albo, and
yeah.
VBIV.
Yeah, these ones.
You want me to get sick? I wanted to be happy today.
Well, you're gonna be happy when we do all the blue chips that you love.
Yeah.
Look, another one.
Yeah, I didn't buy this today. I'm waiting.
This one for no reason collapsed.
It's all just lumped in with the XBI. So the thing is, the XBI rebalanced last Friday, and they doubled down on Freak. And Freak collapsed today, and that hurt them. And I think it just dragged. My hypothesis is it just dragged all these other plays down with it.
Gotcha.
They got freaked by Freak.
I'll never forgive Freak.
There you go.
I don't like this candle. I want the 50 to hold.
Yep. Same.
50 doesn't hold. It could go further. Obviously, it could start making new lows in the 2s.
Right, and we sort of hope we wouldn't see the 2s again.
Look, it broke this nice Zoom channel. It clearly broke it today. This was just a disaster, this candle. In fact, I want to see a bounce back for the entire XBI.
Yep.
It needs it.
Yeah, it's not looking great. Yeah, this one is in timeout for me. I'm not selling. I'm not buying. Just watching.
Now, what's the difference between the XBI and the IBB? They're very similar, aren't they?
They move in tandem. I think it's just the weightings.
Yeah.
IBB collapsed today, down 4%.
Yeah, so that's to blame. It's all macro crap. I mean,
Can we get happy and chart Amazon?
Yeah, let's
show.
Put a smile on our face.
Yeah, I mean, I want my winners to come across. Now, the thing is, Amazon, many people gave up on it when it broke below 3,000.
Right.
I decided to add, so I did the right thing there.
Nice.
So the story is today it gave back, or it found resistance at the 50 and gave back. It closed at the 200, right? We'll see what happens tomorrow. I want it to be a little stronger than it showed today. I want to see.
It's not a good day.
I want to see it on the correct side of the 200 because the last 2 weeks it's been trading on the wrong side of the 200.
Right.
So as soon as it starts clearing that 200 is the time it's to start thinking about new highs for Amazon.
Okay.
But first, clear that 200. That's how I feel about it. Google. I bought some more Google today. I want to make myself feel good, so I bought all my winners.
There you go. So, you know, you talk about having 5% extra cash. Nothing makes anybody feel better than spending all their money. So
look at
take
this.
5% of your money.
Three days
your winners.
Google can't make up its mind what to do. But each day it goes up while it's deciding. It will be it by a little. Google is a powerhouse. It's been one of the strongest, if not the strongest FANG. But
Yeah.
it did not get hurt during the sell-off.
Yeah, it proved its strength. That was where I was most impressed during that huge sell-off. It just stayed real nice and steady.
It held really, really well. It's it looks like the best of the most stable of the FANGs.
This is definitely my favorite of the large cap.
So I keep adding to that. I keep adding to Amazon. I keep adding to Apple. I feel pretty secure while everybody's bad-mouthing them to add to them. That's the time.
Yeah, I'm not rich enough to buy these stocks. I just watch them.
Well, you can go into Robinhood and buy strip.
Apple is now in a very nice trend line.
Yeah,
so put in its
it's stabilizing at that level. And you're right. Once that happens, it'll go back up again.
Apple looks very good to me. I see it just continuing to go up. Let it take out a high or two. This high is very key. If it takes out 128.72, probably go to 160, 180. Who knows? I mean, I think this is going to be a very bullish year for the market, bullish year for the FANGs. So while everybody is worried about inflation, I'm not worried one hoot about inflation. What inflation is what I have to say.
Yeah, I know. It's a bit overwrought.
This market is a little frightening now, but once it starts going up, everyone's going to jump on board. We're going to get.
Well, wasn't one of the justifications for that big stock that big tax hike? I mean, that big tax break.
When you see stocks like Apple and Amazon turning it around, you don't have to worry about the market collapsing.
There you
go. The biotechs might be collapsing, but not the market.
So we might as well take care of some of the explicit requests that we got. Remember, we had a request for AEMD. We might as well talk about it.
Which?
AEMD. Remember that one?
I heard of it.
Yeah. I haven't been in that one for a long time.
Not since Tim left.
Right.
I sold it all when they fired him. It looks pretty good though right now. It's on that.
Its own, but we're on a downswing now.
It is a downswing, but the question is, does it hold this low? And I think it does. This seesaw stock is probably a buy here, especially if it holds this green candle, 198. It looks pretty good.
We haven't heard any kind of news on this about, cleaning out anything.
No, I haven't heard news, but the chart doesn't look that terrible to me. Doesn't look great, but it doesn't look that terrible. There are better charts in the world, and I'm not interested in owning this one, but I could see somebody taking a flyer with it.
A little nibble.
Yeah.
Remember somebody asked for Whirlpool.
What's the symbol?
WHR.
They own everything, Whirlpool. They own every appliance company. They all
Really?
yeah, that's all under one umbrella, and does nothing but go up.
You know, this would have been something 10 years ago. I liked Whirlpool, and I said, "Oh, I'll just buy it and then hold it." And I never did.
I think it's still a buy and hold it.
Yeah.
Nothing's changed. You got solid support. You got a W, like a W, funny looking W.
You got a sale price today.
Sale price today, a good day to go in. Nothing wrong with Whirlpool. People always need washing machines.
That's true. It's good to have some durable goods for once in your life.
Solid bottom at 180. I like it. What's next? What's there not to like?
Tandem.
That one I had questions about the.
Yeah, I know that one. You know, I mean, we were still talking about this guy when it was not between 90 and 100.
Right, but I had questions about the chart, but they seem to have been allayed with that green candle.
You
so
know,
right now,
happened.
I like the chart. The green candle changed my mind from Friday. And also today's action was good. It was the reverse of yesterday's big top candle. Now we have a big bottom shadow, which I like. So I like the chart. I like the 1 day action. On a very weak day, it finished at the high of the day, virtually unchanged. I like it. Actually up. It already took out the key high from 310. So I think CAT will make 100, hopefully. It should.
All right, since we're getting thin on time, we'll do one or two more. BNGO.
Bingo.
Oh wow. Bio Nano. This one, oh my god.
I know this is a whole story. This one.
Isn't this a Reddit play?
A lot of people I know are shorting this one, actually.
Isn't it a Reddit type stock?
Well, it was. If you go further back, this was trading in the like ones or even lower.
50 cents. 50 cents.
Yeah.
It's probably what it's worth.
Agreed. Yeah, a bunch of people were shorting this that I know in the last few weeks. They've done well.
Seems to have found a little support though.
Yeah.
Well, this is like those other ones that had the Reddit play. It found a new level of support, but it very easily is a trapdoor.
If it breaks support,
I'm even counting Sava amongst those.
If it breaks support, I would get out before it breaks this low.
Right.
I'm not in love with it. It's tried to rally and couldn't.
I'm not touching this. Yeah.
No.
All right.
If it's a Reddit play, it shouldn't be touched. Period.
Okay, drone.
One more.
Okay. How about CVM? Since that's our usual.
I'm going to do something about hedging whatever I got left.
Say that again.
I'm going to hedge whatever I got left. I don't know how, but I'm going to hedge.
This is one of those examples where you have the Reddit play giving it a new floor, but that new floor is made out of plywood.
It's just consolidating here.
And we still think that it's poised for good data, but we lost whatever window we had in terms of a.
I don't know. Jake is very hesitant about this one.
Yeah, I can see that. I'm not doubling down at this point. I'm just hanging.
I got a taste of being bitten on FREQ. I don't want to be bitten much harder on CVM.
That was a 1 day deal. You've been in this one for 2 years.
So what? It's going to hurt just as much, if not more.
If the position is large enough, it'll definitely hurt more.
It'll hurt a lot more.
Oh yeah, I would have liked to have seen it hold those lows from before.
Plus, if it's a disaster, it's going to zero. It's not going to lose 80%. It'll lose 100%.
Lose all of it.
It's scary. It's a scary stock.
It is, especially if it doesn't turn around like within the next day or two.
I don't think the chart is indicative of success or failure
Of the data.
of the data. That's the good news. The bad news is, meanwhile, as it's consolidating, you're losing money on paper.
Yeah, well,
Nobody likes to lose money. You could have sold it in the 20s. You could have sold it at 30. You chose.
Well, I did, but then I bought it again at 23
Yeah,
and again at 18.
What I bought again at like 17, 18, whatever I paid, I sold at 20. So I got rid of what I bought again. And the rest I'm still holding, but I'm very nervous about it. So I don't know. I might just hedge with put options or something. I don't know. Or maybe I sell my shares and just go for the strangle that Jake talks about.
Right. Interesting.
I want to end on a bright note. Anybody got?
All right. Well, you have your choice between some of the ones you listed, PLTR, Tilray, or PHO. Those were on your list.
How about those? We haven't done pot in a long time.
Okay.
Pot.
You're not going to like the chart that you're going to see today if you're looking for those.
That's okay.
I've wanted to get back into this one, but I just can't find
I went back into elbow, but I went back into elbow at that little peak. They're sort of tracking. So
yeah.
I'm getting hurt.
Yeah. Well, if you can afford to wait until July, you'll be happy.
Yeah.
I want to know, is there any reason to be in it? Already.
Well, they're still having that merger with Afria.
Yeah.
And it'll be somewhat a Canadian conglomerate.
I own a little Tilray. If it holds this low, just below
this is not as bad as the picture we saw before with the.
I might try a swing trade. Maybe pot gets hot again.
Pot gets hot.
Yeah, maybe. All right, let's end with a maybe.
All right, we'll end with a somewhat hopeful note that pot will become hot.
We hope so.
We hope. The only other thing is that somebody asked about whether or not we had an opinion about a reverse split for GE. I didn't hear about that.
Oh, no, I don't have an opinion on it.
I
thought the GE looked terrible.
Well, I mean, I took it all the way down to 7 and below 7. I was holding on to it for a very long time. But I thought things were looking good. But
I gather by Whirlpool.
Yeah, you're right, exactly. if you're gonna buy a washing machine, buy a Whirlpool instead.
All right, everybody. Thank you for coming, man, Marco, Drone, Heath, John,
wow.
Green Mountain guy, all you guys.
Yeah.
And we want to say sayonara, arrivederci, ciao. We want to say annyeong. I learned annyeong.
So you looked it up. I didn't do that.
I didn't look it up. A friend of mine who's Korean taught it to me.
Oh, okay.
Adios, amigos. Till next
Bye-bye.
time. Till Friday. Ciao. Annyeong.
Ciao.
Shalom.